Hey folks, just a quick update on some of the things that have been going on. When we got back from the Jamboree, we got about, almost 5 inches of rain the day after that Sunday. So this is the road that leads to our road. You can see the entrance right about there. But this is one of the spots where the water was coming off the mountain and washing things out. All this dirt was going across the road. There's actually 3 spots that this happened. So I had to bring the tractor down, clean all that up, then spent 4 days digging in 2 of the 3 spots and repairing some of the road. So I'll show you the other spots that I repaired down here and dug, and then show you some of the repairs that I had to make up on the road. So this is the second spot. You see it's coming off of there. It's where the cutout is in the road to divert some water. But as you can see, we still have a lot of material here that we could still be digging out and repairing our road with. And here's the entrance to our road. You know, it is always a challenge because, you know, the rain falls and we have such an incline here. A good rain will wash this out. It doesn't take me long to fix it with the tractor, but this time it took me probably an hour and a half just to repair this one spot with the tractor because there was so much washout. I mean, it was out to the yellow lines. Here's a doe and her fawn. And I'm driving up our road to show you some more. So they like hanging out down here because there's usually nobody down here. Then as we come up through here to the main part of the property, I had to clear out the leaves before I was able to scrape the road. Started getting some ruts in this section, so I had to repair that. Brought that up, had to repair some of these cutouts that are now full of leaves. Now, having a private road, you do all the maintenance yourself. There's another cutout full of leaves, gonna have to get rid of those before it rains. But this section here of the road had a big old gully going through the middle. So I was able to use the tractor and take material and spread it and fill it through. And that material all came from just around the corner here. I was washing down here on the left. So this actually washes down from up by the house, actually kind of where the rams and the goats are now. But it washes out, kind of catches the sediment right there, and I was able to spread that sediment down there, then back up through here to be able to fix some of the ravines, some of the cutouts. I was able to repair this water break that's right here before our little fitness center. Repaired this section here. This water break right here between the fitness center and our first cabin. Still have some more work to do, but I don't have the material really to do it unless I bust out the shovel again. Bring it up in the back of the side-by-side here. This is always a trouble spot too, between our sheds and cabin 2. So Amy and I on Monday probably grabbed about a dozen loads in the back of the side-by-side of that material, brought it up, dumped it, spread it all right in through here to fill this in. Tuesday afternoon, I was doing some repairs in here. It's an intersection. We have a neighbor that lives up that way. Yeah, there we go. Neighbor that lives up that way. So they have an easement going through our property to get to her house. So she had some work done up there, and after that work was done, I did some work on the intersection. So a lot of work to be done. You can see here on that cutout starts. Everything before it up in here, I spent Tuesday shoveling and bringing up in the side-by-side. A couple dozen loads. Filling this in. So that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of last week. Just doing that. You know, we also had one of our tenants move out during that time, well, at the end of last month. So while I was working on the road, Amy spent a lot of her time here at cabin 3 getting it ready because no sense having a cabinet sit empty. So we got furniture put back in it. Amy started really deep cleaning it, getting it all set. So let me give you a tour. So as we come inside cabin 3, we're not quite done with it yet, but it's really close. So this is the front screen porch. Come inside. The living room and kitchen area. Very simple, rustic, clean. And the front bedroom. The back bedroom. This is the only cabin that has a tub in it, but here's a bathroom. Bathroom is a bathroom. The outside porch, back porch. Small private backyard. So now we do have someone who's interested in moving in, I think at the beginning of November. But until then, this cabin is going to be available to rent. So if you need a place to stay out here in Madison County, North Carolina, looking for a quiet little getaway, you know where to find us. So this is the spot that's just on the other side of the rams. We had them here once this year. I'll probably move them here again with the rams up there and the goats down and through here. But as you can see, I mean, even though I have some of these plants, and these are different than what I have up there as far as things of yellow variety. But there's a small one here that's like what's growing up there. But as you can see, I mean, there's such a variety of green stuff through here. Now, is it a phase that the orchard's going through? I don't know. But there's plenty of food and nutrition here for the animals as compared to what I have over there. Now I'm going to show you what we were doing over there this week. So we worked on the road repairs last week, digging and spreading. This week, working on that orchard area. So let's see what that's looking like. All right, so this is the spot where we filmed our last video from. So this is the orchard area, and last 2 days we spent with our brush cutter coming through and cutting all that down there, all up and through there, you know, except for this spot up right about there, right up near the top. I left that long. It doesn't have a lot of that plant in it, so I think I'm going to put some animals there to eat that spot. Then I'll clean up around it, because even the ground clutter in that spot is difficult to navigate. Now this incline is quite steep, so the entire time is like everything's bent at crazy angles running the brush cutter. I didn't bore y'all with that footage of running a brush cutter because I've done that before, and you know, it's kind of soothing to watch sometime, but I did that the last 2 days. Plus I'll show you what we ran our push mower over, our trusty Toro, to cut that with. Yeah, to cut that. What we cut that with. How about what we cut that with? I like that sound of that better. So we use our trusty Toro up at the top, which is probably about 4 moves for the rams. So let's go take a look at that. So in this spot, this is where we were running the push mower. You can see here where it drops off quite a bit. So we're able to push mow this. There's the tall stuff that I was talking about before that I left there. There's the tree that had the broken limbs in it. So what I ended up doing there, I did end up putting the rams there, and they did a lot of work. Moved them, then I went in and cleaned up some of the bigger limbs. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was really tangled in vines. So it was kind of messy. Ended up pulling those bigger limbs with the side-by-side here up to the edge of the road. I just kind of dealt with them. Nothing exciting, but it needed to be done. And then the push mower all through here, all the way up to the house and, well, our barn and milking area. So that was the last 2 days. Today, just doing some of this recap. Gonna get some wood cut, getting ready for winter. Probably about 80 degrees now. So where I cut wood is all in shade. Our pole barn area where we store our hay. But just wanted to brief y'all and kind of get you up on this. Just wanted to brief y'all, get you up to speed with what's going on, where we're at with everything, and kind of share a little bit with what's going on. You know, the ladies are here, almost to breeding season, so Another week or so, we'll split the ewes up, pair them with a ram. Probably going to do things a little bit different this year as far as our pairings are concerned, but not exactly sure yet. We're still talking about it, because it's all about, you know, I think that was a gnat. So it's all about, you know, our pairs and sustaining our flock. So we have 2 rams, we have 6 ewes. So if we could get a 3rd flock, that is the goal, to continue our breed and continue our flock, so we could stay in milk, stay in meat, stay in wool. So these are the last meat birds of the season. These guys came in last week. So they're here in the brooder, waiting to go out to grass, which by the looks of it, it's going to happen pretty soon, as long as the weather stays a little bit warm and dry. So another thing that happened in August was our baby lambs. So as you can see, we have 3 in this paddock. We kept 4, the 3 rams plus 1 ewe, Buttercup. Somewhere in the middle of August, she started acting a little bit off. We were kind of thinking it was just she didn't want to be dealing with the boys, and we were getting ready to move her with the adult ewes anyways. So didn't think much of it. But then a couple days later, she stopped eating. Like, she wasn't excited to see us in the morning when we were bringing out the pellets and stuff, and she just wasn't eating. So we treated her as best as we could for a couple weeks. It was about 10 days, maybe 2 weeks period of time, but she didn't make it. So that was kind of a big bummer for us. We don't lose a lot of animals in that regard, but you know, that was our first ewe that we lost, that we kept, first of our own birthing. We did lose one our first year that we brought sheep on the property. He got bloat, and we dealt with him. But honestly, we don't know what Buttercup died of. We did not cut her open to see if there was anything, what was going on inside, because honestly, we wouldn't know anyways. So right now we're 3 rams, and they are all basically slotted to go in the freezer. We might keep the big one. These are the triplets. So we might keep the big one, Fezzik. He's got a great personality, and he's got a lot of the Tunis markings that we like. So he's got a lot of the redder or brown mix to him. And he's got a black button nose, where Indigo and Vicini, they developed horns. So we definitely don't want to keep that as a trait, because, you know, they get up behind you and start rubbing a little bit with those horns, and that kind of hurts. So, but that's where we're at with the baby lambs. So also in regard to meat birds, we have another batch here on pasture. They've hit the big tractor, graduated from the little tractor up to the big tractor. They're outside of the chicken yard. So we're running our chicken yard still. But the meat birds themselves are going to work their way across the side of the knoll, all the way over for the next couple weeks, till they get down by the house and the processing station. So if you're interested, we do offer a class. We don't really advertise it, but we do let people know that we do on-site training if you're interested in coming out and learning how to process chickens, or at least how we process chickens. Everybody pretty much does it the same. Some things are a little bit different here and there, but you know, if you're interested, let us know, because it'll probably happen somewhere near the end of September. All right, let's see what's next. Hey, Buck. What are you doing? What are you doing, Buck? Huh? Oh, I disturbed you. taking a nap in the cart. So one thing we're trying this year, it's, the beginning of September. So we want some fall chicks so that our egg production later on stays nice and strong, like towards the spring. So we took about 2 dozen eggs, put them inside of this chicken coop, and we grabbed a couple of broody hens, put them on the eggs. So they're in here maybe another week or so. We'll let you know what happens. And here, if you remember, this is where I planted the sweet potato slips. Wasn't sure what I was doing, but looks like they're doing good. They're still getting watered. Gonna let them grow for another, I don't know, month or two, and harvest them out and see what we get. But there they are. Everything's growing well, I guess. We'll let you know what happens later on. So I guess the last update or two are dealing with stuff that you can kind of see down here. One, right around there, is our swarm trap. So even though we had all these bees flying around, the wildflowers and the lavender, we never did catch a swarm, so no big deal. We're just going to take down that swarm trap here in a day or two. Put that into storage and put it out next year. Earlier though. So been doing some research, talking to a couple people. I knew we put it up late, still gave it a try anyways. Maybe next year. And of course, down there are still the ewes. So they are done milking for the year. I couldn't tell you how many gallons of milk we got this milking season, but we have enough to probably at least last us until next milking season, all in the freezer, ready to go. But I believe that's everything. We picked a couple of our wild gourds that were growing. I don't know what they were, but we picked them. I think it was last week. So they're in the house finishing. And chasing the ball. But I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, let us know. Leave them in the comments below. We'll do our best to get back to you. But for now, I think that's a wrap for September. A couple more videos going to be coming out. Like I said, we have the chicken harvest coming up. Then one last one, I think the end of November. Then dealing with the winter. So y'all take care now.